Well, it's just good to get back home and to play well. I think to make some shots. I think that's the thing that's exciting about tonight, is to knowing that this is our last game at home and our last chance to perform in front of our fans, guys that have stuck with us through this roller coaster ride of a season of ours, and to play well, to shoot the ball well. Detroit, we knew they were going to fight to the end. We were very concerned about their shooters, their three-point shooting. And then with Howard Jr., who can go one-on-one at any time and get a shot off, they're always in the game. And I think they proved that in the second half. But for our guys to play well, to shoot the ball well, and I thought defensively to make some key stops there down the stretch, you know, it's exciting. I think it's exciting for Panther basketball to see that, you know, we're back in the tournament. You know, we won a game in the tournament. We've done a 180 from last season as far as how we've prepared ourselves and how we've represented ourselves. And I'm just proud of this group because we've been tested, and they've just figured out a way to kind of respond and bounce back. And clearly, we've bounced back after our performances here at home.
Rob, you gotta like the contribution from the bench. I mean, 33 bench points, both Wickman and Javon contributing immensely. That's got to be one of the best stats to see there.
It is, and it is to see guys add off the bench and see guys come in and play with confidence. And Cody, obviously Austin wasn't shooting the ball as well as we had liked in stretches, but then Cody was able to pick up the slack. And then JR, he just provides a different level of energy for us. When he makes mistakes, it's because he's going so fast, and that the guys can't keep up with him. So he's going to learn how to tone it down a bit. But JR has been really big for us through this difficult stretch, and it's exciting because he's a younger player, and he'll be with us for a few more years here.
Through the first 13 minutes in the first half, you guys were going back and forth, and then the next 5 minutes you went on an 18-0 run. Can you just talk about that 5 minutes there?
Yeah, it's. I thought our shot selection was good. I thought our ability to get into the paint was good. It was the types of looks that I thought prevented Detroit from trying to get some of those runouts, some of the transition points that they like to get. And it was just good to see us attacking, being more of an attacking team rather than just a perimeter-oriented team. And it was some threes that went down, clearly, but they were the right types of threes. But for us to have that type of run at home, again, I know I sound like a broken record, is that we haven't been able to produce those types of runs here as of late. And for us to do that on probably the biggest game of the season, because could be your last game. So it was good to see that for us.
Is this your best game, Rob, since Green Bay, or maybe the whole season?
Well, I'm not sure about the whole season. I think it was one of our better games here, absolutely, and I think we were able to close the game. That was better for us. But obviously the shooting for us was something that had been plaguing us at home, and to shoot 50%, 51% is pretty good. Now, as I peek up, I see they shot 51% too, 60 in the second half. We'll forget about that for now. Take the win and move on.
It's got to be nice, especially in the first half when the threes weren't falling. You guys were just beating them in the paint.
Yeah.
You were constantly making layups.
And that's part of who we are. That's part of our philosophy. We want to be able to get paint touches. And I think the thing that Detroit does well, or did well, is that they mix up their defense. And I thought in the second half we got stagnant because we weren't quite sure if they were in a man, if they were in a zone, we weren't real sure, and we got our movement slowed down. But that's credit to Detroit. Detroit Ray did a nice job with this team. Clearly a team where he's rebuilding. He's done a heck of a job with that group.
Also, free throws in the second half when, for a stretch, you guys weren't making any field goals. You were still getting points from the line.
Yeah. You have to figure out a way to create opportunities, and one of those is getting to the free throw line. And although we were missing them, you get to the line, step up, you have to make them. And we went – I think the 5-point play was big. That 5-point play got us going, and then they answered. I thought that would be the one that could really slow them down a little bit, but then they answered. A lot of credit to Detroit.
So, Rob, Lyle gives you athleticism and everything, averaging like 8.5 minutes. What's the story this season, and what does he give you maybe now?
Well, it's trying to figure out ways to find minutes to get him out there. And, normally And I'll take the blame with JR tonight. I mean, normally we would have to live through a few of those fast mistakes when we didn't have another player to go in, and he's always played well through that. But now that we have an option to put Jordy back on the floor or others, they've just had the chance to play. Jordy's playing well, obviously, named to the All-League team, and just some guys that he's waiting his turn. But what it means is that his attitude is right. He's positive. It doesn't matter. When he gets his chance, he performs. That says a lot about his character. He's not worried about his minutes. He just wants to get out there and perform when his number's called.
Jordan, being tenacious. You're only 1 of 8 from beyond the arc, but 4 of 8 from inside. 16 shots. You were being tenacious around just shooting the ball around.
Yes, I was just trying to get a feel for the court and the ball again, but I just wanted to be aggressive. I know these guys, my teammates need me to do that, and I tried to just get in the lane a lot and create shots for others as well as myself, and I think we did a good job of that.
So, and also for both Jordan and Tybee, I mean, defending someone like Juwan Howard, who sometimes it just seems he can just toss the ball up and it's going to go in, and also Matt Grant, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. It's kind of hard to hold up a lead when you have 2 players that can shoot like that.
Yeah, most definitely. That's why it takes a team effort. We try to stay in gaps a lot tonight and force Juwan to give up a lot of his shots that he usually takes. And I think in the first half we did a great job of it. We got a little away from it in the second half a little bit, I guess, because we got a little tired. But we got to keep fighting. This is all we got left. Win and go home. So we're just going to leave it out on the court.
You're pretty healthy. You've got Lyle playing more productive minutes. I mean, do you see yourself as a threat now for this whole tournament?
Yeah, I mean, not as myself, but this whole team is a threat. You know, anybody's capable to have a good night. You know, I'm sticking to defensive right now because that's what we need. You know, defense means everything right now. Getting stops and, you know, creating points on turnovers. You saw in the first half that we did very well on the defensive end, and, you know, that was because of the communication. Communication was high today. And, you know, I take a lot of part in my energy and, you know, talking on and off the court, you know, trying to help my teammates. And, you know, I just want to get everyone involved. And, you know, I don't need to score to win a game because, I mean, shoot, I got Jordy to my left and, you know, I got Steve who can create shots, and I got Kyle who bangs down low, Austin who can hit threes. It just, you know, with this team is just one person every single night just steps up for us, and, you know, that's what we need. And you know, I'm really enjoying this ride, and, you know, it's my first time here, and, you know, defense means all right now, and just producing stops.
Matt, sort of going on about that energy. I mean, early on in the game, you guys made a couple 3-point plays. I mean, those kind of plays, especially early on, given this season, you guys have been playing from behind a lot. It must have been nice just to get those kind of runs, get those kind of plays to sort of get the energy started up early on.
It was very good for us. You know, throughout this whole season, we've been battling about starting off on a right note. The first 5 minutes is what we influence every single time, stepping onto the floor. First 5 minutes, we got to establish ourselves not on the offensive end, but also the defensive end. We need to create stops so we can get the ball for the offense. So, you know, Jordy, I, and, you know, Steve, and all the others can, you know, create shots and create plays for each other, and that's what we've been doing. And we just got to stick together. And, you know, the energy from myself, I know JJ hit a big 3, and that's when my energy started getting up because, you know, just seeing someone off the bench stepping up and, you know, making big shots. That was a big shot for us, and, you know, it really helped us create that lead that we had in the first half.
Sort of talk about your vocal leadership this season. You had a great combination of leadership with you being the vocal leader, and then Steve being the sort of the composed leader, making sure everyone's staying on the right in the right gear, on the right track, and everything. That's got to be a nice combination when you can have 2 kinds of leaders like that.
It's very nice. You know, I'm more vocal. You know, I mean, I tend to get on our players a lot. So, you know.
Who, you? not you.
Just, you know, it's just who I am. You know, I just bring that high energy. I take a lot from myself and my teammates, and I know my teammates are capable of what they are doing out there. And, you know, Steve really helps me calm down when I'm really getting worked up, and it's a great combination because I'm usually talking on the defensive end and he's talking on the offensive end. And, he's the facilitator for this team, and he runs this team and he runs it well, and I appreciate it.
And Rob, sort of talking about those two guys, it's got to be nice knowing next season you're going to have those two leaders back again on the court.
Yeah, it's about building that foundation and having the right pieces. And I think you've hit it on the head. You need a guy that can run your team on both ends. And it usually starts with the point guard on the offensive end. And then also it starts with any of those guys on the defensive end that brings that energy and effort. Tybee's one of those guys. I think JR is a younger player. Austin, we got a lot of guys that are younger that can build a foundation. But it's also good to have the upperclassmen, too, with Jordan and Kyle. What they've done for us this year has been phenomenal. They really have led us and got us through some of those tougher times.
And sort of another young guy stepping up, Cody, going 3 of 4 shooting, 12 points. I mean, especially for a young guy like him, that must have been an incredible experience of him. First conference tournament game, and he contributes that way. Yeah,
he was open, got nice open looks. I thought it was the extra pass that created those shots. And he shot it well. That's part of what we're trying. We're trying to create for others. I think when we play the game of basketball, it's about ball movement, less dribbling. Although this guy here dribbles a few extra times, but he's good at it. But less dribbling, extra passes can lead to open shots and really good shots for us. I think that's how Cody got his looks tonight.